as a Hockey Canada Hockey Development Department, our overall mission is to lead, develop, and promote positive hockey experiences. And one of the ways that we work to achieve this mission is through the training of our coaches. We know that coaches are the most influential leaders in a player's life, and that ensuring that coaches have the proper tools and resources to deliver these positive hockey experiences to our youth is how we achieve this mission. So our goal tonight is to take you through the Hockey Canada Network app, which is your #1 training resource for the season. So first, a quick snapshot here. The app has over 1,500 drills, 900 videos, 800 Team Canada game clips, thousands of articles, and hundreds of practice plans. And we've really created the app with the vision or the intention that it's a resource for coaches of all levels. So we wanted to provide set practice plans that coaches who are new to the game can follow along drill by drill by drill every week and every practice. And then we also wanted to provide a huge database of drills for our more experienced coaches who want to pick and choose and create their own training plans, and then for everyone in the middle as well. So there really is something for everyone on here. I'll start by playing this quick video just to show you how we're integrating the app directly onto the ice. So this was filmed in Calgary with one of Corey's teams, and as you'll see, he has his phone mounted on the phone on the glass with just a mount that you'd use in a car or that you see in every Uber. And then this TV is actually hung behind the glass, and he's able to sync the phone and the TV to play the drill directly on the ice. So as opposed to drawing out the drill, explaining the pattern to the players can watch the drill, which we know kids they love their videos, and then coaches are able to actually explain the pattern or the key teaching points while the players are watching the pattern. So a really nice feature. Just make sure, of course, that you hang it behind the glass. And some of our associations have purchased TVs that they just leave right at the rink or that stay permanently mounted, and you're able to just sync a phone or a TV up as well. So just some ideas for how you can use the app directly on the ice. And Corey will show you how to download a drill. So you can download the videos so that you don't need Wi-Fi or data to play the videos at the rink. As Andrew mentioned earlier, this training will provide you with professional development points for your time tonight. And as I also alluded to earlier, the app is available on Android and iOS devices in English and French. And a really nice feature is that you can access the app on multiple devices with your same login information. So I use my login on my iPhone, my iPad, and my Android tablet, and I'm able to jump between and still access my training plans and downloads and everything between different devices. You just use your same username and your same password. I know you all have received an access code already for tonight, and that'll give you premium access to the app for an entire year. But I just wanted to share here that we have a promo code for 50% off subscription. So if there is another coach that hasn't taken a clinic this year, or if your association wants to purchase multiple codes, they can use the promo code HCCERT2020, and that'll provide a discount of 50% off of promo codes for the year. You just go to hockeycanadanetwork.com and enter the promo code there, and that'll give you the access codes similar to what you received for tonight to enter directly into the app. I think for the most part, everybody is all set up, but just a quick run through, if you haven't already downloaded the app, just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store and search Hockey Canada Network. You'll find the app, it'll be one of the first that pop up. Download the app, and then it'll prompt you to create your account when you open the Hockey Canada Network. So you'll enter your name, your email address, your location, the division that you're coaching, and then it'll ask you for your subscription. So you can purchase a subscription, or you'll see there, enter access code, and that's where you'll enter your 8-digit access code for premium subscription. The nice thing about completing your clinic this year and getting the access code is that every subsequent renewal is only $10. So next year around this time, just before your subscription is set to expire, you'll receive an email with a promo code to renew the app for only $10 for the year. But of course, if you do take another clinic, you'll receive access again for the season. So that's just a nice to have that from here on out, the most you'll pay for premium access is $10 for the year. All right, so now we are going to get into all of the content of the app. And as I mentioned earlier, the screenshots that you'll see on my slides are taken from an iPad. So you'll see that there's 4 sections across the bottom: featured, coaching, skill development and programs, and then me, which is where your account information live. But if you're using an Android device, you won't see the sections across the bottom. In the top left corner, you'll see three or four lines. And if you hit that, that's your main menu where the 4 sections and your account information will pop down from. So the first section is the featured section. So this is essentially the home page of the app. It's the place you always start. Every time you open the app, it's automatically updated. And we update this page once, twice a week throughout the season to make sure that coaches are receiving and able to see the most relevant content that's available. So you'll see we have our weekly practice plans. Those change every Monday. Our October drill of the month, return to hockey, a welcome to the season. So a little bit of everything on there. So that's a really good place to browse through if you are looking for kind of what's going on in our world and what we want coaches to see. If you are using a phone, everything will be a little bit more condensed, so you'll just have to scroll a bit more to see everything, but you can browse through the big banner of pictures at the top and tap any of those to read the article. You can scroll down through the list to see our skill thoughts and practice idea videos, so you can open any of those up. You can see our practice plans and kind of any other content that's new on this page. So again, this is where you'll automatically land every time you open the app. The next page that we get into is the coaching section. So if you move across the bottom for iOS, you'll see coaching there, or from the main menu for Android. And if you are using a phone, so these pictures here, we just call them tiles. So on a tablet, you see multiple tiles within your one screenshot. But for a phone, they're stretched lengthwise, so you'll have to scroll to see everything, but it is all still there. So I'll take you through now each of these tiles. So if you tap any of the tiles, you'll be able to open it up and see more content. And then you can just use the arrows in the top row to navigate back to where you were before. So first up is NCCP certification. This is just a general page with everything you need to know about the National Coach Certification Program, high performance program, why you should certify as a coach. So good resources that you can get here as you continue your coaching journey. We have a section dedicated to female hockey. So these include tips for coaching girls, how to keep girls in sport, differences between the female game and the male game when it comes to body contact versus body checking. So great resource if you do have some girls on your team this season. The next tile you'll get to, so if you just keep using the back arrows, you'll be able to navigate back to that main coaching page and then into one of these tiles. And again, for phones, just continue scrolling down, is our coaching essentials. So these are template documents and they're all in PDF. So if you tap any of them and open, you'll see that a PDF opens. And the nice thing is that for any PDFs on the app, you can easily print them. So you can either print if you have wireless printing set up between your phone and printer or your tablet and printer, or you're able to email them to yourself by just selecting the sharing icon. And then you can print from your desktop or from your laptop. So any resources that you see on the app that are in a PDF format are printable. Right now, our training plans, which we're going to get into later, so the training plans that you actually create, they don't export into a printable format, but we are looking into options to make those printable because we know coaches do still want to have the practice taped up on the glass. But another option you could do is take a screenshot of your training plan so that you're still able to print it as a photo if you do want it on the ice with you. I know Corey can bring a tablet directly onto the ice or bring a phone as well. We then move into our coaching tips section. So this is organized from preseason to in-season, playoffs, and then a ton of just like practice thoughts and different skill ideas that you can use. So a good place if you're looking for just some additional resources to read through is I'll live here. We also have an article on DIY, which is in kind of the practice thoughts area. So just take some time to browse through here and you'll find a lot of great content. So the next few tiles are all player development tiles. So U7 all the way to U18, each age division has its own tile. There's no drills in here, so all of the drills are in the skill development section, which is where we're going to get to next. But these sections for each age division really include like the theoretical content. So player pathways, long-term player development, core skills. And again, a lot of these documents are PDFs that are printable if you did want to access them outside of the app. And then our final section within skill development is the coaching goalies section. So again, no drills here. We have an entire tile dedicated to goalies in the skill development section, but this really provides some additional resources for the goalies you are coaching and are really great things to share with players and parents. So tips on communication, tips on rebounding after a bad goal, the goaltending pathway, all are in here and really great resources to access. And now we get into skill development. So this is our third section, so moving across that bottom row or from the main menu in the top left on Android. And this is really where the majority of our content live. And we hear from coaches over and over again. They open the app, they bypass everything else and head right here to access all of our drills and our practice plans. So right now, what you're seeing on the screen is what's on your phone in terms of the screenshot, but we're actually working on an update where instead of seeing skills manuals, drills of the month, practice plans, and then having it go into U7, U9 drills, instead you'll, in a month or two, hopefully, you'll open the app, the skill development section, and you'll just see U7 drills, U9 drills, U11. So as opposed to skills manuals for U7, or all the skills manuals for each age division living together. Instead, as a U11 coach, let's say, you'll be able to open up U11 and access skills manuals, practice plans, and everything you need on the ice for U11 players directly in that tile. So it'll just streamline things a bit and make it really easy to navigate. So the first tile that we go into for now, and again, this will change, is the skills manual section. So a few years ago, before we launched the Hockey Canada Network, when a coach would take a clinic, instead of getting access to the app, they would receive a binder with all of their practice plans and skills manuals for the season, and then a DVD set of Skills of Gold, which is also integrated on the app. So instead, we took that whole binder of content as well as all of the DVDs and integrated them directly onto the Hockey Canada Network. So now you're able to access all of that content and more directly here. So you'll see when you open the skills manual section that the filter on the left automatically pops up. So you can select your age division and then the phase that you would like to filter it down so you're not having to scroll and scroll and scroll all the way from U7 to U15. If you open each individual lesson, so the smaller photos here, you'll see there's a list of drills. So you can go into each individual drills and then at the bottom of each drill, there is a PDF of the overall practice plan. So again, printable, and you can have all your drills on one document as well. Next up, we have a drill of the month section, and this was something that our social media team put together. Just a good drill that's applicable to all age divisions and all levels. So if you're looking kind of just for some inspiration or a drill to throw in here or there, that's a good place to check out. Then we have our practice plans section. So this is a section that we launched last season and we received some really positive feedback. So every Monday we push out practice plans for every level for the week. So depending on which age division you signed up for, so if you signed up for multiple age divisions, you'll get those practice plans directly into your shared folder, which Corey will walk you through. If you only signed up for one age division and you wish you would be able to access all of the practice plans, you still can. Each week, as you see on the featured page for this week, all of the practice plans are featured right there, or you can go into this folder and access them all for the year. They're set up similar to the skills manuals where there's a set of drills so you can watch each individual video and then a PDF of the full practice plan at the bottom of the list of drills. And then we get into the drills by age division. So we start at U7, we go all the way up to U15, U18, and you'll see when you open here that the drills are organized by skill and also by progression. So when you go into skating, all of the drills are ordered by progression. And what we've done is all of our drills have a diagram of the drill, a video demonstration, and within that video demonstration, we have a player of that age demonstrating the drill. But we also know that U7 players don't necessarily demonstrate the drill exactly how it should be done. So for a lot of the drills, we have a Hockey Canada certified skills coach who is demonstrating the drill for how it should be done in an ideal world. But then we have the U7 player that's showing how it will most likely be completed. So they're both there. And then you'll see that there's a skill description, key teaching points, and a lot of drills do have a Team Canada game clip that shows how that skill is used in a game situation. So moving on here, just like U7, we have the U9 drill section, U11 and U13. And each of these sections, you'll see that there's drills organized by skill and by progression, and that all of the drills are demonstrated by a player of that age. We then get into our goaltending section. So this is where all of our goalie drills live. So really good to find ways to best integrate your goalies into practice here. And there's also 72 lesson plans that are specific to goaltenders in this section as well. So just under goaltending, we find the U15, U18 drills. So this section is what I mentioned earlier will be combined. So right now it's U15, U18, warm-ups, skating, puck control. In the next month or so, it'll be integrated into just U15, U18 drills. You'll be able to open that section, see skating, and then go into skating and see warm-ups, tight turns, all organized by skill. And then the screenshot on the right there shows what our drills look like. So when you go into each individual drill, this is what you get. The diagram, the video, the description, the key teaching points, and then the game clip, which we know coaches love to show players because it explains why we're working on a certain skill today in practice, because Team Canada's best did that skill in the game situation. So once you scroll through all of those U15, U18 drills, you'll then come across a tile for Program of Excellence. And these are a set of practice plans that Team Canada alumni coaches put together. So again, if you're, like I mentioned earlier, we really want to provide coaches with options. So whether it's practice plans that you can follow exactly or a whole database of drills that you can pick and choose from, you'll be able to find what you're looking for. So again, if you want a practice plan, follow these, or if you want to pick and choose from some drills from here, that's another great option too. And then we get to World Junior Skills. So from 2010 to 2020, we have all of the drills that are shown during commercials that are shot by TSN are on here, so a great resource. And then we also, for the past few years, have done a 12 days of World Juniors where we've taken a game clip from the night before of a really great play or great goal, great save. The next morning, we put it with a drill and show how the World Junior team did this on the ice last night. Do this drill in practice today, and you can play like Team Canada's World Junior team. So another great resource to go through and find new drills. And then the final section of the skills of the skill development section is the Skills of Goal DVDs. So like I mentioned earlier, coaches used to leave a clinic with this DVD set of over 500 skill videos. They're definitely a little dated. They're from the early 2000s, but a lot of the content is still very relevant and a good resource to look through. And now we'll go through our final section, and then I'm going to pass you over to Corey to walk you through how you can actually use this content throughout the season. So programs is really a great resource to share with your players and parents. So the first section you'll see here is long-term player development. So this is all applicable directly to hockey. So why multi-sport is so important, the long-term player development pathway, different baseball exercises that you can do, resources on physical literacy. So a really great hub to share with your players and parents or to review yourself. We have an off-ice training section with tons of videos that you can use with your teams. So we do have some coaches this year that are sharing content. So that's another nice feature is if you create a team, which we'll walk through later tonight, you're able to share content with free users. So if you have your players and parents download the free version of the app, you can share off-ice videos with them. They'll be able to watch it at home for free and still complete the workouts on their own. So a really good feature to take advantage of. We have a yoga section. So yoga is essentially yoga for athletes or yoga for hockey players. So again, these are videos and sequences that you can have players follow directly along with, which are great for range of motion and mobility. There's cool down resources. And then there's a moves of the month tile there in the top right. And that's where we took a yoga move and paired it with a game clip to show how the skills transfer from yoga to directly on the ice. So another good resource to use this season. We have a health and nutrition section, so tons of articles available to read through and to share. A para hockey section, we're definitely still building this one out, but some basic skills and drills are available here in practice plans. We have an officiating section, again, just some basic rules and communication tips. Tom's Talks is another tile where our CEO, Tom Rennie, delivers messaging every month on what's going on in the hockey world. So really good to, again, share with parents and make sure that everyone has access to this content. And then the final tile is our tutorial section. So everything that I'm walking you through tonight and everything that Corey is about to walk you through has its own tutorial video. So we've created like 45 seconds to kind of 2.5 minute clips that you can review. So if you forget or want a refresher on how to create a training plan after tonight or where to find something, you can access all of the tutorials in here. And then they're also available on the homepage, the featured page, and we have a YouTube channel. So if you just go to Hockey Canada, you'll see that there's a playlist specific for the Hockey Canada network that you can review all the tutorials as well. And we have them set up for both Android and iOS devices. So you can see or follow along with a tutorial that's set to the same device that you're using.
Be about 25 minutes here, and I will sort of show you how to navigate and use some of the key functions on the Hockey Canada Network app. As Teal mentioned, every time you open up the app, it is automatically updated. So you don't have to download or manually update anything. And this is the page that you will always land to when it comes to opening up the app. So as she mentioned in the feature section, you'll be able to follow along with my mouse and the circle around it here. So you can just swipe, and these are featured articles that will show up automatically. So every time you open the app, the latest ones will show up. We have down below that are some skill thoughts, practice ideas, and again, you can scroll and tap on any one of these tiles. Anytime you see one of these square box here, we call that a tile. So when I'm referencing that throughout the session, you know what that is. Our practice plans will show up here on the front page, and again, they're updated every week. There's a what's new section, and again, those are new things that we put up on a weekly basis. And then we get down to getting started. So all the tutorials are also on the front page here. So you can just swipe left or swipe right and see those. So on Android, the main menu, you'll go to that. If you go to the upper left-hand corner, and you'll see 3 lines, you click on that. As Teal mentioned, on iOS, they'll be along the bottom. So when we click on this, we come to the main section. So Teal covered what's in featured, coaching, skill development, and programs, and I will go through and talk about the content and what each of these things mean. So the first one here is favorites, and this is a nice feature. So as you're going through and you're looking at drills, you don't have to necessarily remember where they are. You can just favorite it, and they will show up in your favorites folder. And so you can see in here at the top, it says I have 19 items in my favorites folder, and you'll know a drill or a series of drills is favorited when you see the red circle with the white star in the middle. So that means that something is favorited. So if we want to go in and we're looking at a drill, for example, we'll go into the skill development section. I can go down to U13 drills, tap on that tile, and you'll see all the different drills in here that I favorited. If I would like to favorite something, all I have to do is hold my finger down on it, and 4 icons will come up. And if I want to favorite passing drills for U13, I just then tap on the black circle with the white star, and now it's favorited. If I would like to unfavorite it, it's the same process. I can tap on it, and just click on that, and now it's not in my favorites folder anymore. But once I'm in here, I can also favorite a specific drill. So if I click on the tile and favorite that, that'll favorite every single drill that's in there. If I tap on the passing drills, you'll see there's 6 drills in here. If I want to click on an individual drill, I can just scroll down, tap on that one, it'll open up, and I can also go to the upper right-hand corner and I can favorite a drill from there. So that passing drill will now show up in my favorites. So if we go back to the main menu, click on favorites, the passing drill will show up as I scroll down, and they're in here in order of alphabetical or numerical if that's the case, and you'll see that my passing drills are in there. And so again, from here, if I want to unfavorite it, I can go from there, and now it's automatically gone and disappears right away. So the favoriting is a great way when you're navigating through and you see a drill that you like, you can just hold it down and then you can always go back to your favorites folder later on. The second component in here is downloads. The downloads, again, is a nice feature for if you happen to be somewhere where it's a poor Wi-Fi service or you don't want to use your data plan. You can actually download any of the drills or videos or articles that are in here. And then even if your phone is offline or you're not connected, you can still view them. And as much space as you have on your phone or your tablet, you can download as many drills as will fit. And again, if you get to a situation where you want to remove a download, you can simply remove a download and you will gain that space back. So again, if we go into skill development, and we'll go into U9 drills this time, and I want to touch on warm-up drills, I can hold my finger down on it and I can download by hitting the black circle with the down arrow and the bar underneath. And now that drill is downloaded, so it'll always be in my downloads and it'll stay there as long as I keep it there. And again, once I'm within this section, if I'd like to download a drill, so if I click on the first one, I can also go up to the top, tap on that. And the nice feature is here is now you'll get a message that asks you if you'd like to download just that individual drill or the entire series of drills. So again, it gives you some flexibility as far as downloading if you just want to download one individual drill. So if I just want to download that individual article, I can just tap on that. So now that individual drill will be downloaded. So again, you'll see a drill diagram, you'll see the name of the drill, you'll see a video, and if you click on the play, it shows a young player, okay, just working on some inside edge skating. And if I tap on this video, I'll either get a bar at the bottom. So now I can use the slider and I can fast forward the drill to a later point in the video. I can also rewind, I can fast forward, and so you can move it along, or you can just let the drill play as well. So it's a nice feature that's in there. If we go back to our main menu to the next component, which is shared with me. This is where everything will show up if someone else shares with you. So if I was to share a series of drills with everybody who's on the call tonight, you'll get a notification that says Corey McNabb has shared, whatever the drills are with you. When you tap on the shared with me, it will go in and it will show you things that have been shared by someone else. And so these are all practice plans that Teal has sent out to everyone's on the app. And so it'll say in the bottom left of the tile who it came from. So this one came from Hockey Canada, and it'll expire in 23 days. So anything that we send out from Hockey Canada will expire in 28 days. And if you receive something from someone else, it'll expire in 14 days. And every time that you get something shared with you, it'll start. And then as the days go by, it'll count down. If someone was to reshare the same thing with you again, you're not going to get another notification. All it will do is re-up the expiration back to 14 days. So this came out 5 days ago. If Teal was to share this again, I won't get another notification. I will just automatically see that it expires 28 days later. So that way you're not getting bombarded with additional messages all the time. Once it's been shared with you the first time, as long as it keeps getting shared again, it'll just expand the amount of time that it's there. So again, if I was to share something specifically with you guys, you would see my name here and you would see a 28-day expiry, or if it came from a team that we're with, it'd be a 14-day expiry. And we basically looked at it and said, if someone hasn't looked at something that's been shared with them within 14 days or 28 days, they're probably not going to. But again, a lot of times something got shared with you and you want to save it, so you can add it to your favorites, or you can add it to your downloads and it'll stay there for as long as you have. So even if you're a free member and you don't have the premium subscription, anything that's shared with you, you will automatically be able to see. And again, you'll be able to keep it in your favorites or your downloads. The next feature under there is shared by me. And this keeps track of what you shared with other people. So in the past little while, I've shared 22 items. And so a lot of times if I'm sharing something and I see this one's going to expire in 12 days and I want to reshare it, I can just tap on it and I can click on the third icon in here. So the 3 dots with the 2 bars, and I can hit share, and then I can be able to share it with anybody that I want. And even if I've already sent it out, all it will do is just reload the expiry to 12 days. So a lot of times if I'm sending out things to multiple people, again, I can go back and look and see it's going to expire in 7 days. I can just share it again and it'll just up their expiry date on it. So it's a nice way to keep track of what you've shared with other people. The 2 probably most functional things that as a coach or even as a member of a minor hockey association or a club, if you want to share things with your parents or your association or all the coaches in your age division, is being able to create a training plan. And the 2 things that you want to do here is, in order for you to share something, you have to have somebody who's accepted your invite. So the main way to do that is to create a team. So I will click on Teams. And what it does is it shows me all the different teams that I have created in here. And again, if you already have a team in there, you can simply share something to an existing team, or you can create a new team. So to create a new team, you can cancel that, and you can go up to the top right-hand corner where you see the little red pen symbol. And here I can create a new team, I can edit a team, or I can leave a team. So if I was on a team last year, but that team is disbanded because everyone's gone off to new teams this year, and I don't need to be part of that one anymore, I can just leave that team. So I can leave that team automatically as an individual. If I want to edit a team, I can go in, tap on edit, and I can remove any one of these people, or I can add new people to it. And I'll show you how you do that in a second. So again, it's pretty flexible once you've got some teams created. If I want to go in and create a new team, I just tap on create new team. I'll create the team name. And again, if I just call this team 1, and age group is under 13, and province, and in this case, we can go down to Ontario, click on save. So now my team is created. Now, once I've created my team, I have to invite my teammates. And so it's fairly self-explanatory and it's fairly automated for you. You click on invite teammates, invite my team, and whichever device or tab that you're on, you will get a bunch of different icons on the bottom here of how you want to invite. So if you have it set up, you can invite them through text message. So if you have everyone's cell phone number, you can invite them that way, or you can do it through email, which is usually the easiest. Especially at the start of the year, you'll usually get a contact list with all the people on your team. You just copy all the email addresses. You can click on Gmail. And what it does is it automatically populates the invite for you. So at the top, it'll say who it came from. And then you can just cut and paste or type in the names of the people that you want to invite to this team. And it says you're invited to join team 1 or whatever name you've given it. And then it automatically populates everything. So what'll happen is it says your name has invited this person to join one team on Hockey Canada Network, and all they have to do is click on this link. And once they click on it, they have to accept the invite. And again, because of privacy laws, we can't just invite thousands of people to teams. They actually have to accept the invite so that we know that they voluntarily accepted that. And then if they don't currently have the app, they can click this link here for Android on the Google Play Store, and it walks them through how to download the free version. If they're on an iOS device, they can click on this link that's down here, and it will automatically bring them through. So if you're already on the app, you will just get an email and say you've been invited to join this team. You click on the link, you accept it, and then you will automatically be placed on that team. So that's how simple it is to create a team. And once you've got your team created, then it's time to share practice plans. Okay, so if we go back, and I'll have to go back into my main component here. And so now that I got my team created, I'm going to go to practice plans, or training plans as we call them, because you don't just have to send drills or videos. You can send articles, you can add anything you want into a training plan. So it doesn't just have to be a practice plan. It can be information on nutrition. It can be information on any number of things. So if I go to my training plans, I have currently 80 training plans set up in here. And they again are in here either in numerical order or alphabetical order, depending on how you've got it set up. If I would like to create a training plan, I will go up to the upper right-hand corner, click on the little red file with the plus sign, and create new training plan. And again, we'll just call this training plan 1. And in here, you can put some little notes in here. So I may be able to say Teal drill 1, Bob drill 2, or Jim drill 3. So again, if you're going to be sending this out to your team or your coaches, that way you can have it in there so they'll understand, okay, Teal's going to run drill 1 in this practice, Bob, you got drill 2, Jim, you have drill 3. And once you save it, when they see this practice plan come through, they'll also be able to read the notes. You will get a message that says training plan created successfully. So again, you know that it's happened. So again, when I go in here and again, my custom training plan titled 1, it says field drill 1, so the little messaging is in here. I don't have anything in here yet. So now is when I'm going to go back to the main section or any section for that matter. Let's say we're going to create a training plan. I can click on skill development. We'll go down to our U13 group and tap on warm-up drills. And as you can see in here, it tells me there's 16 articles, so there's 16 drills. So if I want to add this first drill, I will tap on it and I can look at it and say, yeah, I want to use that one. So now I go up to the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner, add to my training plans, and then it will ask me which training plan I want to do it. And it always shows your recent plans. So your 2 most recent ones, and it's always the one on top that you've most recently created. So if I just tap on that, it'll get a message saying training plan updated. So I was able to add that drill in there. Say I want to do a couple warm-up drills. Another way to navigate through this is one is I could go back, tap on my warm-up drills, and I can go down and just scroll through all of them. I can look at the little thumbnail of the drill, look at what's in here, so I can tap on another one. Yeah, like that drill 2. So I'll watch the video first and determine, okay, maybe I'll fast forward it and see what else is in there. And so then, okay, I like this drill. I think I'm going to add that one as well. And so you can back up. And if I want to add this to the training plans, it's the same process. I go up to the 3 dots, add to my training plans, put it in training plan number 1, and that has been added in there. Another way to navigate through a specific section is using the 2 arrows. You'll see one is gray, one is red. If I click on the red one, I'll be able to go forward and I can just quickly go through. And this is a good example of where we have a coach demonstration. So we might have a coach working on a skill. So it's just gonna be 2 hands to 1 hand out to the backhand. Go down, we can see a couple coach demos and we can see some players doing it. We'll see a skill description of what's in there, some key teaching points. And then there's also a Team Canada game clip. So you can watch the game clip and we'll see an example where a player goes from 2 hands to 1 hand. So again, usually they're in slow motion. So 2 hands, 1 hand to the backhand, back to 2 hands, and makes a pass. So there's an example of where that skill can be used in a game. So it's a nice feature to be able to have that. So again, I want to add this one. Added that to my training plan. Goes in the training plan 1, and we go from there. Another way that you can also add something to a training plan, say I want to look at a bunch of different passing drills. I could also just tap on this. The 4 symbols will come up again, and the very last symbol is the folder. So we click on that saying, I want to add that to my training plan. So I want to put that in. And now all those passing drills will be put into my training plan. Usually at the start of the year, once I've got my team created with all my parents, there's some information that I'd like to share with everybody. So I might also want to go into the program section and look at the different components that are in here. So health and nutrition. Maybe I want to pass along some articles on hydration. So this is some information that I think the parents would be good to have. So I'll tap that. I can add hydration to training plan 1. There's some information on fueling up for game day. So again, I can tap my finger on that, add that in. and all these drills are added into my training plan 1. So now if you go back to my actual training plans, and I can see what's in there, training plan 1, when I tap on that, it'll show all the different drills. So it'll show that I have 13 articles in here. 3 of them I entered manually, and then all the passing drills, because they were in the entire series, they put in there. And then here's my hydration, snack solutions, anything like that. So one of the good things about this is you don't necessarily have to put drills in here in the order in which you want to do them. You can just pile everything into a training plan that you want, and then you can go back and edit that training plan and remove components or change the order. So if I go into here, I can share this training plan, but first, before I share it, I want to add it to my training plan so I can add something else to it. I can edit it or I can delete it. So if I want to edit, I tap on edit. And let's say I don't want this drill, I tap on the X, it disappears. I don't want that drill, I don't want this drill, and I don't want this one. So now I've eliminated the drills that I don't want, but I want to change the order. So now all I have to do is hold my finger down on the drill that I want to move, and I can slide this all the way up to the top. And here's another one. So we'll put all my non-hockey drills at the front because I want my parents to read that stuff first, but I want my assistant coaches or the other coaches on my team to be able to be familiar with this information. But then I also have the drills in there that we're going to do in practice. And so again, I can change the order of anything I want. I can move this one down here. And once I've got them in the order that I want, all I have to do is save. And unfortunately, I'm getting a message there saying that won't save for some reason. But I think you get the idea there. So you can manipulate your training plans very, very easily. If I'd like to share this training plan, I can go up to the 3 dots and share it. So now I want to share that, and we already established that we called our team Team 1. I can share it, but because there's nobody in there, you actually don't have the ability to share. So once people have populated and their names are in there, you'll be able to share it. So I will just share this with another team that I already have created. So I will share, and we'll go into my 2016 coaches. And so now all the people that are in this team will show up here. So if I want to share it with everybody, I can simply click on select all, and it shows that I will share that information with everybody that's in there. If I just want to share this with select people, now I can go in and just select who I would like to get this. So for example, that training plan, I might want to share it with everybody to start with some general information, but as I get down, I might want to just only select my skills coaches or my assistant coaches so that they're the ones who are just getting that information. When I'm working with older players, especially in the spring or in the summer when we're doing a lot of skill sessions, and I have 6 defensemen and 8 forwards in my group, a lot of times I'll just get them to all download the free version of the app, and then I will just fire out drills specifically for my defensemen, and another set of drills that I'll send specifically to the forward, and just tell them, here's what we're going to work on the ice today, and they'll get a chance to look at it. So again, if I was to share this, only these select people will get training plan 1, which I've created. If I select all, then everybody will get it. The other thing that's nice about this is when these people sign up for the app, it'll list all these people here who signed up as a coach. But if you also have someone who signed up as an administrator, so maybe your team manager or treasurer or someone else in your team will sign up, and it'll have another section down here under coach that'll say administrator. So maybe there's some information that you just want to share with them. So again, I have the ability to be fairly flexible as far as what I do. So I can share specifically with them, and I can also edit my training plans. So those are some nice features. Very, very simple to create a training plan. The thing that's going to take you the most amount of time in reality is to actually go through and look at the drills and watch the videos that you would like to create. But if I already have a training plan that was created for somebody else, I can tap on this, go to share, and again, I can share this with anybody. So even though you created a training plan specific maybe for one ice session or one group, you have the ability to go through and share this with anybody that you want. So again, it's a nice feature to be able to share that. And again, with any of the training plans that you've created, you can share them with anybody. The other thing that you can do is something that was shared by me. So if someone else created a training plan and I wanted to share this, I can simply tap on it, I can share, and I can reshare something that somebody sent with me as well. So again, In a lot of associations, there might be a technical director or a coach coordinator whose responsibility is to put together a bunch of drills and so forth for the practice plans. So if they send it out to everybody, you could then turn around and send it out to your parents or your assistant coaches. So you don't just have the ability to share something that you created, you can share anything that was shared with you. So again, it's a nice function. Just a couple things that we'll talk about as far as some additional functionality. As Teal mentioned, anything on here that's a PDF, you can either print it if you have wireless printing, or you can actually share it as an attachment in an email. So for example, if we go into our program of excellence plans, so in here we have 15 set practice plans that have been put together by some former national team, Team Canada coaches. And so we put 15 set practice plans together that have skill drills, concept drills, different things like that. So if I tap on Program of Excellence 1, you can look at the thumbnails. There's a skating warm-up. There's a Skills Stations 1. There's a Skills Stations 2. We have some split groups where we have D doing one thing, we have forwards doing another, 3-on-0, mid-lane drive, continuous 2-on-1, and then there's actually a full PDF of the practice plan. So if I click on this, it'll show me exactly what the practice plan is with all the description and the drill drawings. And if I've already watched the video that goes with these, then it's very easy to print this off. So again, if you have wireless printing, you have the ability to print this. So what you'll do is you'll go up to the top right-hand corner to the 3 dots again, and it'll ask you to share. So I could share this again with anyone that I have. You can add this to a training plan, or it'll give you the option to open the PDF in a program you already have on your device. So on here, I have a PDF reader, I have Acrobat for Samsung, I have Samsung Notes, Dropbox, any of the things that you have set up in here. So if I just click on the PDF reader, what it'll do is it'll open up that PDF from the app, and now it's on the PDF reader that I have on my device. So from here, now I can go down and I can share it. So your icons will be along the bottom, and I can simply share this. So if I can have the option to print it, so I could wirelessly print from my phone to a printer if I wanted to print it off, or I can share it via email. So similar to what we did when we invited our teammates, when you click on share, it'll automatically go into your email and it'll just show up as an attachment. So you can email out the PDF that way. So again, it's a nice feature to be able to utilize it that way. And again, it'll always go back into your device when you get to that point. And so we'll just exit out of that. And you'll have to open up your app again, but it takes you right back to the space, the exact same place where you were. So again, one of the nice features in there. Another thing that you can do is if you wanted to add all these, you can send out 5 practice plans at a time. So you can share one right after another, and someone will get here the practice plan. So, and you can tell your coaches, here's our next 5 practice plans. And then again, if you want to edit any of these, that you can. So if I go on practice 3 and say, you know what, I really like drill number 2 and I really like drill number 4, so I can add those to a plan. I can go to practice program of excellence practice number 4, and now I can customize and say I want to take drill number 1 and drill number 5. So even though these are set up as 15 set practice plans, you can easily pull them apart and create another practice plan and organize the drills in whichever way you want. So even though we put a lot of things in here that we've put together, and so really a coach doesn't have to do a lot of work, if you want to go in and start to manipulate practice plans or drills from a skills manual, for example, you can totally customize anything that you want to do. So, you know, again, it's a nice feature to be able to have. So again, if we just go up to our skills manuals, which will be at the very top, and the automatic filter comes up. So we've been working on U13, so I'll go into U13. I tap on U13 and it shows me all the practice plans that are applicable for 13-year-olds. So again, I'm in lesson 3. I like the second one, and I'm going to add this to my training plan. So now I've added this to training plan 1. So it's in there. I'm going to go back and I want to go into lesson plan 4, and I really like this angling drill. And again, I can just simply share it. So you can customize all 6 or 7 of the skills manuals that are in there. There's not necessarily a drill with every drill that's in the skills manual, or sorry, a video with every drill that's in the skills manual, but you're able to go in and manipulate all of those things as well. So another feature, if you happen to be looking for something, is the search. You click on the little sort of the universal symbol for search. And if I want to go in here, I can look at net drive. And I hit enter. It'll show me there's 196 different drills or articles that are have something to do with net drive in it. Now, if I want to filter that and I want to go back to my U13, now it goes down to 120 drills. If I go into technical skills as part of my search, then it goes down into 32. So you can see how you can really narrow your search from net drive to a specific age group for net drive. And then if it's a technical skill or if it's an individual tactic or a team play, whatever. So you can really, again, search all these out, and it's going to say, okay, I really like this net drive 2-puck attacks. I can hold my finger down and I'm going to add that to my training plan. So the search feature is a nice way to do it. If you want to really look into something specific, so there might be a drill that has just the word net drive in it and you want to be more specific, when you tap on it, you can put quotations around. And so now it'll be more specific in whatever you're doing. So it might be net drive corner and technical skills. And again, now it goes way back up because there's a lot of drills that have a net drive out of the corner. But if you happen to know something, you're looking for something specific, or drills for defensemen, drills for backward crossovers, whatever it's going to be, they're all in there. So the search feature is nice. The last thing I just want to touch on is when we go down into the a little bit more of the navigation on the app, is you'll see on Android, there's account settings or sign out. On the Android, on the iOS is where it's going to say me. So if you tap on my account, this just gives you some details. So it tells you when you joined as a member. It tells you that I have 19 favorites, 8 downloads. If I want to go in and edit, I can change my email. I can change my coach. I subscribed and I signed up to every age division, so now I can get push notifications received for that. And it'll also tell me when my subscription expires. So my subscription just expired a few weeks ago on September 23rd. As Teal would have mentioned, a week before that, I would have got an email notification saying your subscription is about to expire on September 23rd. Click this link if you'd like to renew, and then you'll also get a reminder 3 days ahead of time. And what it has in that link is it gives you a promo code that enables you to renew your subscription for $10 annually. So once you've got the premium subscription, most coaches will get it when they take a coaching clinic, or even if they bought one themselves. If they buy one using the promo code, it would cost them $23 for the year. Every subscription after that is now $10. So it's less than $1 a month. So we think it's a pretty reasonable price when you look at all the content that's on here. And then no matter how many years you're coaching after your initial premium subscription subscribed, it's always going to be a $10 renewal fee. Hopefully one day we'll actually be able to do that for free, so that every coach will get a free membership to this as we get more and more people using it. The last component down here is in settings. And this is something you can change whenever you want. If you tap on the button to enable push notifications, that means anything that we push out from Hockey Canada, you will automatically get. And you will get a notification that's saying Hockey Canada has shared practice plan of the week number 3 with you. And if you enable those notifications, then that means you will get a notification. So just like on an email or a text message, you'll get the little number that'll say on the app that something was shared with you. If you turn this off, you still get that information. You will not notify you. So most people will probably turn them on. If you do turn it off, it doesn't mean you don't get that information. It just means that you're not going to get notified, but it'll still be on there as something that was sent out. The other option here is you can select if you want to download over cellular or not. So you happen to have a Wi-Fi connection. When you download something, it'll download directly to your device, and it's just using the Wi-Fi connection. But if you don't care and you have an unlimited plan as far as data use on your cell phone or your tablet, then if you want it to be downloaded over cellular, you can do that. You can reset your downloads at any point. So if you tap on that, it'll reset your downloads and then also reset your tutorials. So if you happen to be someone who remembers when you first signed up, the automatic little tutorials that came up, and it asked you to skip it if you didn't want to watch it. If you happen to forget something or you want to go back and view a tutorial again, you can just reset these and they will automatically pop up, so they're not lost on you. So again, those are just some features there from the app. But as I mentioned, the biggest thing to try and do is to spend a little bit of time and go through and look at the age group or look at the drill categories that you're interested in, start to figure out which ones you want. You can put them in your favorites or you can download them. And then once you get into the point where you want to start creating your training plans, and I usually will date them. So I would call one, if I had one tonight, October 7th. I had a practice on Saturday morning, I would call it, October 10th, whatever the dates are, so I can always go back. And then once you've even created that training plan, if you happen to be coaching the same age group from year to year, if you're using multiple different age groups, even though you have one training plan set, you can go in and edit, and you can rearrange drills, you can delete one, you can add one, so you can always edit your plans and just change the date, so you don't have to start from scratch all the time. So it's a nice feature to be able to have. So Teal, that's sort of the gist of the presentation from a navigation and sort of functionality points that people will have there. So if we have any questions, we can definitely answer them now. I think Teal will put her email address and my email address in the chat section on here. So if you have any specific questions or you want to get hold of one of us offline, you'll be able to do that. But again, I think with most apps and technology, the first time you go through it, you're going to spend a little bit of time just searching things out. And sometimes coaches, if you have a lot of experience coaching, you might just find some drills on here and say, oh, that's a good drill, I'm going to add a progression, or I'm going to regress it to make it a little bit easier. Or you might just want to go through some of the set practice plans and things that are in there and run them exactly as they're set up. So there's lots of different options with the app as far as how you'll be able to use it. I have 80 set practice plans in there right now. I've deleted some of the ones from last year or adapted them, and usually by the end of the year I end up having about 150 different things in there, from working with teams, sharing things with coaches, skill sessions, different things like that. And so it's a good way to keep organized, and we're always adding new drills. I think Teal probably mentioned that we're looking at the option of creating a desktop version. Some people love doing everything on their device, their tablet or their phone now, or their iPads. Other people still like the desktop version. So we're looking at the possibility of creating a desktop version where it'll work very similarly to online banking, where you could go to your computer, sign into your online banking account, you'll see all your information. But if you were also to log in from your phone, you'll see the same information. It's going to look a little bit different, but the functionality is the same. So when we get to the desktop version, you'll be able to go on there if you're in the office or you're at home on the computer, create your practice plans, save them, and then when you go to the rink, you'll be able to pull up your phone and the practice plan will be right there. So that'll be a nice feature to have. So, one of the final things we sort of tell coaches, if you're having any trouble navigating the app, just give it to your 10-year-old son or daughter, and they'll have it figured out in about 8 minutes, and they'll be able to show you how to use everything on there. So we're always making improvements to it. We're always looking for feedback if anyone has any ideas or things like that. A couple final words. You cannot add your own video to this at this time, and you can't draw your own drills. When we get into phase 2 and we get a desktop version, those are some options that we might possibly be able to look at, as far as if you wanted to have a whiteboard on here and draw your own drills and insert those into a mix of practice plans. But in our current research, we haven't had a lot of people ask for that, because they're basically saying, I don't need to draw my own drills, I know what they are. Usually people draw drills so they can share them with other people. So, but it's still something we might look at. But Teal, we can take any questions if there are any.
Thanks, Corey. I did put both of our emails into the chat if you do have any questions that come up throughout the season. The only question was actually about the desktop and whether it's possible to build training plans online. So I know you've already answered that one, that we're definitely working on it and hope to have something in the nearish future, but no other questions have come in for right now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I just want to say thanks again, Teal, and thanks to Andrew Corradini for setting this up. Again, with technology, sometimes it's easy to be able to sort of go around and fool around with it on yourself, but we think it's a good opportunity to go through and spend a little bit of time with some coaches and show them some of the functionality and some of the features that maybe they weren't sure of how to use, and go from there. So Andrew, thanks for setting them up. Teal, thanks for taking your time to do this, and hope everyone has a great hockey season. I know it looks a little bit different around the country depending on where you are, but hopefully everyone stays safe and has an enjoyable year under the current circumstances. So thanks again and appreciate your time tonight.
Here, we've got some on behalf of the NOHA, thanks, Corey. TL, really appreciate you doing this. Decision to not run programming until January.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. You bet.